Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic on a big day, because tomorrow I have an event going on. So here's an email we got this week. Long-time watcher, sometime patron, first-time emailer here. I've just learned that my friend Jess is not only a puzzles aficionado, but is also a countdown whiz. It turns out she's Mark's opponent on Countdown on Tuesday. Though Mark and Jess know the result of the showdown, those of us in the general public do not. I thought it would be cool if you gave her a shout out on the channel prior to the episode airing. She also streams on Twitch under the name QwizicalQwak, where she plays cozy, usually duck-related games and puzzle games. And you're going to have to come up with the wrongest spelling of QwizicalQwak you can come up with. I'll write it in the description field. Thank you for your consideration. I love the channel. I watch it nearly every day, says Tim, but take special care that I catch the Times Crossword Masterclass every Friday. Algorithm be damned. Yes, Tim, boost that algorithm on the Crossword Masterclass. And, of course, this week we have another crossword video because Simon did the Modern Lingo one from the Times a couple of days ago. That is well worth a watch. But, yes, you are absolutely right that my quarter-final of Countdown Series 89 is on tomorrow. Obviously, I recommend that anybody in the UK can watch it. It's at 2:10 on Channel 4, but you can catch up with it on All 4 or after that. Or if you've got a VPN, you could watch it there, I guess, even if you're not in the UK. I think Channel 4, like many UK streaming services, make it quite hard to watch from foreign. Anyway, from abroad. Oh no, there is my actual nameplate from the show, in case you didn't know who I am. But yes, shout out to Jess, definitely, who I know as Jessica Pratesi, and you can watch my showdown, as Tim calls it, with her tomorrow. Now, first of all, we have got loads going on. We've got the 600k puzzle pack up on our Patreon, where you don't need to be a Patreon, you just need to go to the site, and it is a free post. And there have been a couple of adjustments. So the pack has been reloaded this evening with an extra dot or two in the half-baked lunatic puzzle. Very relevant, because I'm going to be doing a half-baked lunatic puzzle in a moment with dots in. I'm hoping there are enough in this one. And a rule in the James Sinclair puzzle appeared in the puzzle link but not on the page. That's fixed. But most importantly, we've now got a new puzzle from Juggler. Michael Lefkowitz has sent us one of the most incredible puzzles I've ever seen. Have a look at this behind my head. I don't think that there has ever been another puzzle that used the number 180,300,000, but this one does. So give it a try, because, I mean, even if you just read the rule set for that puzzle, your mind will be blown out of your head. It's incredible. I don't know what to say. I mean, that pack is just amazing now. And thank you to the people who've complimented the puzzles in it already. I'm not surprised. Now, as I say, Half-Baked Lunatic is one of the puzzle creators and has also contributed to many of our apps, or some of our apps, including Domino Sudoku and Line Sudoku. And here we have a mixture of Killer and Kropki. Kropki being one of the sort of domino forms. We don't just have that, because there is a nightmare going on. I will talk about this in a second. First of all, well, I mean, I've mentioned a couple of things around the channel. All our apps, they're available on the links under the video. Sven's SUDOKU PAD and our merch. Simon's crossword video. I mean, there's so much going on at the moment. We hope you enjoy all the content, and we love you to comment on it all. Do like the channel. Do subscribe. It's because so many of you have done that we have got to this milestone of 600,000 subscribers. Unbelievable number. Stunning. Anyway, thank you for engaging with the channel at all, and let's have a look at the rules of Nightmare on Mount Pleasant Avenue by Half-Baked Lunatic. Now, Half-Baked Lunatic actually told us that he lives on Mount Pleasant Avenue. There are a few places in Britain called Mount Pleasant, weirdly. One of them used to be the centre of strikes by sorting officers in the Royal Mail. That was many years ago in my childhood. Probably that's not where David lives. Anyway, Let's have a look at the rules of this puzzle. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. That's a bit of a relief after yesterday's using 0 to 8. However, digits in a cage sum to the number in the corner of the cage, obvious killer rules. Cells separated by black dots have a 1 to 2 ratio. Cells separated by a white dot's are consecutive digits, a difference of 1. And nightmare rules apply. So digits and knights move apart, like those two, may not sum to 5 or 15. It's a very strange rule. It's very difficult to apply. It's not like your classic anti-knight, where you're always looking outside the box at other cells, and that cell sees all of those 3 at the same time. This doesn't work that way at all, and it can operate within a box. Those two can't add up to 15. It's a strange rule. I'm unlikely to forget it because it's almost certainly going to be very important. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not at the beginning, but give it a try if you fancy this puzzle. You can check the video length. I am going to start my clock and say, let's get cracking. So we have a 25 cage half-baked lunatic. He gives his name as David Workman in the puzzle link, so that's no surprise. Has coloured the cages according to their number. 5s are purple, 25 is yellow, and 15s are green. I don't think, obviously, that means anything except it helps distinguish them. I don't think the 25 cage is useful. So the 5 cages, oh look, they all light up. We could write in 1, 2, 3, 4 in them all, and the 15 cages 6, 7, 8, 9. And that must be right. And we've got a black dot here. It doesn't really do anything. Actually, this whole grid is completely symmetrical, apart from the black dots that appear here. Everything else in this puzzle is totally symmetrical. Where the 15 cages and like rotate it 180 degrees, it would still be exactly the same, I presume, apart from the, well, obviously the black dots would be up there. That would be the difference. Right, the central row and column. I don't think this black dot thing is very useful. This could be a repeat digit here and here. Quite likely is. This could be, I admit it can't be 3, but it can be any of the other regular black dot digits. So that's not very helpful. So I think something's going on with these rows and columns. Now, in the middle row and column, we have white dots linking 4 dominoes. And therefore, in each case, those dominoes are a 1-2 pair, a 3-4 pair, a 6-7 pair, and an 8-9 pair. Ah, yes, okay. Yes, right, I've got something. So, these two are not a 1-2 or a 3-4 pair. How do I know that? I know that because of these cages. These cages must contain 1 digit out of 1 and 2 and 1 digit out of 3 and 4 to make up the 5 sum. They must, that's right. Therefore, that stops this pair having a pair of 1-2 or of 3-4 because one of those digits must be here. The same is true down here because of this cage, and therefore these digits are the 6-7 pair and the 8-9 pair in the column, and these 4 cells are a 1-2 pair and a 3-4 pair. Look, we can do the same in the row. It's exactly the same with big digits. This must contain 1 of 6-7 and 1 of 8-9, and therefore this can't be a 6-7 or an 8-9 pair, nor can this. They're a 1-2-3-4 quad. These are a 6-7, 8-9 quad, but remember we must keep thinking of them as a 6-7 pair and an 8-9 pair. Yeah, it's very strange because these pairs are totally different from these pairs, even though they're from the same high digits. These two are a consecutive pair, either 6-7 or 8-9. Whereas this is either 6-9 or 7-8. Now, what next? What next? What next? Is this pair the same as this pair? Then those two digits would sit there and there. That seems quite possible. If this pair wasn't this pair, okay, I mean, I'm sure this is exactly the same as for up there, but anyway, I'm doing it with these numbers now. Then where would these digits go in box 6? They would have to both go here. Now, is that possible? And I'm not forgetting the nightmare constraint. I just have no idea how to potentially apply it. This black dot thing has got to be my way into getting numbers into this puzzle because it's the only symmetry breaker. How do I use that? Ah, okay, here's a lovely thought. This is beautiful. These two are not the same flavour of 1, 2 and 3, 4, the same flavour of a 5 pair. If this was 1, 4, this can't be 1, 4 because look what that does to 1 and 4 in row 7. It rules them out of all of those cells and you can't pack them into those 3 cells because 2 of those can't be 1 or 4. So these are different flavours of 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same is going to apply up here because of these 3 cells. And yes, it is going to apply on the left because those two can't be the same because of those 3 cells. And these two can't be the same because of those 3. Now, I don't know how we mark this. I don't know if it does anything, but I'm going to make that red and that yellow for now, because they have to be different. And I want to start down here because this is where I get the black dot. I'm just wondering how to use that. Oh, hang on, I said that could be the same as that cell. And suddenly that has gone up in smoke. It cannot be, because where would it go in row 9? It would have to go here, but that is not a red cell. That is a yellow 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this is 1, 4, that's a 2, 3 pair, and this can't be the same digit as here. And if that was the same digit as here, then there's nowhere for it to go in row 9. So that and that are different digits. This is now a 3-cell black dot sequence of ascending or descending 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So we can rule out 3. The central digit is 2 or 4, that's here. And this one is 1, 2, 4 or 8. Now we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad going on here. One of these two has to be a 2 because of this pairing. So they don't have a 2 in. Gosh, this is crazy, this puzzle. So, what is... Oh, this is these are the yellow cells, aren't they? Because they're the two 1, 2, 3, 4s that aren't red in the box. And this one is now a red cell. So it's from one of those two, but it's not that one. So it's the same as this. So these two have to be the same. And they have to either be 1 or 4. What happened there? I was trying to put 1 or 4 in those. 1 or 4 and make them red. Okay. Now that's a 1, 2, 4 triple, and that is a 3. That's a beautiful, almost impossible start to this puzzle. It's so bizarre that that would come together and coalesce like that, but it has done, and we've had a start. Now, one of these was a 3, 4 pair, and one was a 1, 2 pair. So we know now in what order they are down here. That 4 sees this cell by Nighty McNightface's nightmare maneuver, and therefore it can't be a 1 because those two would add up to 5. Not allowed. So that's 4, that's 2, that's 1. And that's 4, and this is a 2, 3 pair. Hang hang on. Why did I rule 8 out of... Yeah, I was here and I said that had to be the same as that. Do you know what? This doesn't have to be red at all, because it could be an 8, which isn't red or yellow. Okay, I've got to be a lot more careful. This is either that digit or an 8. Okay, so all I actually know is it can't be a 2, and I don't know that this can't be a 3. That's not part of that logical statement. Oh, okay, I nearly made a big error there. Something was nagging at me about this and an 8 possibility, and I found out I'd eliminated it foolishly. It was because I looked at those and went, they're yellow, that's red. That was a very poor choice. Anyway, we've still got a 1, 2, 3, 4 triple. This is correct. But we have to do something different with it. So, yellow goes with a red digit in the white dots. It doesn't go with a yellow like the 5 cages. So this red is not allowed to be different from this cell, and therefore these two are the same. It can't be different because they would add up to 5. 2 red digits that are different always add up to 5. So this can't be a 3. And that means this can't be a 4, because the 3-4 pair that way round is gone. And since this can't be a 2, hang on. Was that an elimination that was ever fair? I'm going back again because I don't know if that was reasonable. I don't think it was it? I'm so sorry. Messing this up everywhere. Right, I'm going all the way back to here. Now, I worked out those two can't be the same, and that's right. First of all, I coloured those red and those yellow. That's right because of those 3 cells. Then I said that can't be the same as that after all, because it's red and it couldn't go down here if that was the case. If those were the same, this would be red. That's where my confusion began, and I started thinking of this cell as red. So it's still true this is a sequence of either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. And this cell is either 2 or 4. This can't be 3, therefore this can't be 2. Now, that is still a 1, 2, 3, 4 group, but I don't know about anything about this one yet. I don't think. Anyway, this could still be 8. And it doesn't have to be red, therefore. This is definitely, in fact, both of these are definitely yellow. And that's red. That logic is still fine. Now, red and red there can't be different. So those 2 digits are the same. This one can't be 3 because of the dot, therefore that can't be 3, and now that can't be 4. So this is correct. This is a complicated puzzle, by the way, and it's not just that I've made a fool of myself, it's that it is quite difficult. Now, that is either 4 or 2. 2 and 4 definitely appear in these cells, and they both see that cell, so we can eliminate 2 from that. And that eliminates 1 from this one. Now, that sees that cell, and they have to be the same, because if they were different yellow cells, they would add up to 5 together. So this one is 1 or 3, and this one is 2 or 4, and the same as that. And going in one of those 2 cells, that I really want to find out what's happening on this T. This is a pair that adds to 5. 4, 1, 2, or 2, 3, 4. So this is a 2, 4 pair. I mean, one's red and one's yellow, so that's pretty obvious, except I hadn't thought of it. This has to be the same as this still. That remains the case, because if they were different, there'd be a red pair adding to 5. So that is now 2 or 4. This is definitely odd, 1 or 3. Now we've got a 2, 4 pair. And because this is a sequence, this can't be 2 or 4. This is 1 or 8. But I don't know which one. If it's a 1, that's a 3. Then we go 1, 2, 3 here. If it's an 8, that's a 4. These digits are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that any use? No. Right, red mustn't be a knight's move away from the other form of red. So that can't be the other red cell. So this red cell in the central box is either there or there. This is obviously not that pair. Oh, and this is a 2-4 pair. And whichever digit this is not there because they're a different pair. Wow, I haven't managed to get this related to these two pairs, which I know are different. Well, this red 2 or 4 is the same as that and must appear in one of those cells, but it doesn't mean it's in the box necessarily, I don't think. I can't see why it does, anyway. Ah, bingo. Bingo, bingo, stingo. Right. One of these is a 4. Because that's a 2-4 pair. Whichever one is a 4, that is not a 1. If that's a 4, it doesn't join to a 1 on a black dot. And if that's a 4, this is not allowed to be a 1, thanks to Nighty McNightface and the nightmare rule. So this is never a 1, this is an 8. And there's our first digit in the grid in a most, I suppose maybe not the most unexpected place, but in an odd way. And that gives us 4 and 2 on the black dots. And now we can fill in all sorts of numbers in this puzzle, I think. Well, I mean, I'm probably going too far, but let's see how far we get. That 8 makes this a 6-9 pair. This must be 5 or 7. That's not a 2, that's not a 3. Have we got a nightmare move going on? 2 sees, it's one of these two that has become a 3, which is the other red cell. Oh, hang on. I've mismarked this cell as well. It's so easy to make these mistakes. That is a 3-4 pair. That's correct. Don't worry that I did it wrong for a second. That is correct. 3 is still in one of those cells. It doesn't actually tell us that much. It's just that I'm a numpty. One. Oh, that has to be the same as that. Yes, yellow are 1 and 4, and this can't be a 4 for the nightmare reason. Okay, so 4 is now not there because of that 1. It's in one of those two cells. It's not here, so that's not a 1. This is 1 or 2 in the corner, 3 or 4 here. 8 sees that cell, which can't be a 7, which would go with 6 on a white dot. These are from 2, 3, 5, 7. Don't know anything about those as far as I know. I can't start doing anti-night things like relating them to these cells. It's just not relevant. 5's definitely in one of those and one of those. I'm barely going to pencil mark that though, because I don't really see how it would help. That 8 is seeing this cell. Ah, so that can't be 8 and that can't be 9, but it's also seeing this cell by the nightmare. So that can't be 7 and that can't be 6. So we've got that this is even and that's odd out of that. The other odd high digit is in these cells. Now, do I know which way round? Or does that... I I don't know. I don't know how they relate to each other. That's what I'm trying to find out. This can't be a 4 because of that 1 on the nightmare. So the 4 in this box is now in one of those two places. And that can't be a 4 because of that 1, seeing it by the knight's move. So because one of those is 4, they're not 4, that's not 4. The 4 in this box is in one of these two cells, which are a 3-4 pair. That's a 2-1 pair on the other side. I don't know the order of either of these, but still, that was good reducing. There must be a 2 in one of those cells. Okay, how about 1? 1 can't be there because of this 4. So 1 is in one of these places. Also, one of these is definitely 2. Gosh, it's so complicated, this rule. 1 can't be there because of that 4. So 1's in one of those two places. Now, if that was 4, this would be 3, and this would be a 3-2 cage, that would be 1. So the 4-1 pair is either there in the cage or here next to it. If it's here next to it, that's a 5-7 pair. What does that do? No idea. I'm going to have to get to use the fact that those and those are different, or oh, this and this are different. There we go. This has become a 6-9 cage. This can't be the same, or else we couldn't fit 6 and 9 here. So that's a 7-8 cage. Here we go. That's now a 9 by Sudoku. That goes with 8 on the white dots. This is a 6-7 pair. That 8 says 7 can't be in those cells. That's no use. 1, 2, 9, 7, 8. One of these is 3 or 4 and goes in here. That's such a strange rule, because you uncover something and you think you've made progress, but then you just get stuck again because it doesn't really mean what it means in other puzzles. That is a 7-8 pair. Where does 7 go in this box? It doesn't go here because of the nightmare from there. So it's a 7 in one of those positions. That's analogous to the 3 that we had. So what about 6? Have I got a better bead on where 6 goes? Absolutely not. 3, 4 are here. Oh, 1 is up here by Sudoku now. Can't be there. So 1's in one of those cells. Oh, bingo on 1s. That couldn't be a 1 by the nightmare. So 1 in the central box has to be here, and that tidies up where 7 goes in the central box. Ooh, I'm gonna say no. I can't relate those two together. 8, 5, 7, 1, 2. 4 is in one of those. 3 is in one of those. 6 and 9, well, this is 6 or 9 because that's all that's left. Seven, 8, 1, 2, 9. If that was 9, 6, this would have to be 6. Oh, this can't be 9, 6. We've just put a 6 there. That's 7, 8. Which is, oh, 7 though on the nightmare says that's a 7, that's an 8. Now, this pair and this pair had to be different because they can't fit in here. So this is a 6, 9 pair. Only one of these is from 6, 9. I knew that anyway. I just didn't know how to use it. So we've got that pair to be different, that pair to be different, those pairs to be different, those pairs to be different. We haven't still used that these are different. I don't know, is it meant to be obvious how they're different? I'm not seeing it. These don't include any of the low digits, so this is a low digit. And it forms a 5 pair, because that forms a 5 pair. This also forms a 5 pair, so that's 1 or 2. It's galling that I don't know which it is. Nine, 1, 2, 7, 8. This is going well, but it is not easy. 6 sees that cell, so that can't be 9. This now can't be 9 or 8. That can't be 6 or 7. That's not 7. That's just Sudoku. That's not 7 by nightmare. And now 7 has to be in one of these 3 cells and one of these 3 cells. That doesn't get anything done. 1 and 2 here. This is 5 or 9. Is there a reason it can't be 9? I can't see it if there is. 8, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6, 9. So one of these is from 3, 4 and one of them is from 6, 9. This one can't be a 9 because of that 6. So 9's in one of those 2 cells. And what about 6? I don't see a 9 reaching into this box from anywhere yet. Nor a 6 that sees straight into it. Oh, irritating. These are from 1, 2, 5, 9. What do I know about them? This one can't be a 9 for 2 good reasons. Not that helpful. 1, 4, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8. 1, 2, 9, 7, 8. 8 sees that cell by the nightmare constraint. It's so hard to spot this. It really is. That can't be 8. That can't be 7. This sees that cell, which can't be 7. Oh, so 7 in this column is in one of those 2. That's huge. I mean, I could have done it from it being in one of those 3, but I've now spotted it that it's in one of those 2, and therefore these don't have a 7 in, and they're an 8, 9 pair. And this is a 6, 7 pair, and we know the order. And that's a 5 by Sudoku. This is now a 2, 3, 7 set. We know where 7 goes. We know the corner is 6. That goes with a 9. This is an 8, 5 pair. Sudoku tells us which way round. This is an 8, 9 pair. Sudoku tells us which way round. Don't think I've broken the constraint yet. These are from 3, 4, 7, and that one is the one that can't be 7. None of them reach a 2. That can't be 4, so that's 3 or 7. That's 3 or 7 because of these 1s. Now, 3, 4, 7, 6, 9, 8. These are from 1, 2, 5. 5 isn't constrained ever. That can't be a 1 because of the 4. Either of them could be a 2, or I was just wondering if making one of these a 2 was going to make that a 3. No, it's not. It's not. But this is good progress. I mean, I really feel like we're on the track now. 9 can't be here anymore by Sudoku, so it's here in box, whatever this is, box 5. That's a 5, 6, 7 set. That's actually been available for a little while. What have we got to place? 3, 4 and 6. Now, is there a 9 reaching into this box only to that cell, whereas 6 is already seeing it? So 6 is in one of these 2. Let's replace the corner marks with central marking. Oh, let's get rid of the colours. I mean, I don't know that they're really... Maybe I'll leave these red and yellows behind just in case they help later, but that uncertain colouring wasn't doing anything for me. Right, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8. Is this resolved? No, 6 doesn't see that cell. 9 sees that cell, so that's a 9 as well. Now this can't be 6, this can't be 9. 1, 2, 9, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to fill in them all and try and eliminate them bit by bit. So that can't be a 6 by Sudoku, or because it's away from a 9. 1 sees that cell, so that can't be 4. This one sees that cell, so that can't be 4. So the 4 in this column, it could be there, or it's in the 1, 4 cage. Well, what might be a 1, 4 cage? Two sees that cell, so it's not a 3. That does Sudoku on the white dot. That does Sudoku on this box. That makes this a 2, and this a 1, and this a 5 or a 9. We've got a pair there. This is a 3, 8, 7 triple. Now, bit by bit, that can't be 8 because it sees the 7 on the move, and it also can't be a 3 because it sees the 2. So that's a 7. This is a 2, 5 pair. Oh, goodness. These have to be different flavors, but I still don't know what those flavors are. The fact that this is 1, 4, I don't think it resolves it for me. I might be wrong, I might be wrong. Anyway, 6 now sees that cell, so that's a 5. 8 in this row is here, in row 3. So that gives us 9, 6 in the corner. That's going to solve quite a bit of the puzzle. 3, 8. What an extraordinary puzzle this is. Now, that's not 3, so that's not 2. Oh yes, 3 sees that cell, so that can't be 2. That's a 1. This is a 2, 3 cage. Oops, I can't write it in, but I know what it is. That's 4, that's 3. That's 6, that's 4. This is not 3. And this is not 9. This is a 6. None of these are a 6. 2, 5 pair, they are resolved. It's very odd that the 1, 4 pair aren't, but 2, 3, it stops that being a 2, 3 pair. 4 sees that cell, and that does this 1, 4 deadly pattern. This is a 2, 3 pair, and 3 sees one of them. Good. 7, 5. I think I'm finishing off with amazement. 5 can't be there, 3 can't be there. 3 and 7 can't be here, so this is a 4. 5, 3, 4. 3, 2, 5, 1, 7. Let's get rid of the colour before we finish off. There we go. 2 and a 1, and I think this is the solution. It's not. So something has gone wrong again. That's absolutely terrifying. How is this not the solution? Okay, I may have typed in a digit wrong. I'm hoping that's all that's gone wrong. If those are all the 1s, they look okay, but do any of them hit a 4 on the knight's move? I don't think so. So do any of the 2s hit a 3? Yes, those 2. Well, that's cruel, criminal and evil. I did this right. I don't understand. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I said 3 makes that a 2 when I was finishing off. Maybe I did. Yeah, look, I was here. And I've made that a 2, but it's not. It's not a 2. That's what it's not. Nighty McNightface deceived me. That's a 3 because it mustn't be there. You numpty man. Right. This is the right solution. The last one wasn't, as we found out when I didn't get the tick at the end. But this is a head-wrecking puzzle. Look, 4 and 3 there. Okay, let's get rid of the colours again. This is a 5 and a 7, and this is going to be the right solution, he said. Maybe I'll check all the digits first. So 1's This hasn't really changed. I don't think they're touching 4s by knight's move. So that deals with the 1-4 pairs. 2s can't be touching 3s, and now they're not. They were earlier. Just scanning around the grid, looking at 3s. They're never a knight's move away from the 2s. 6s and 9s. I think I'm okay. I mean, I will add, I have no idea how anybody creates a grid that follows these rules. 8s and 7s, they're okay. So I can put in a 5 here and I am done. But that's a tough puzzle. There we go. Well done, the 94 people who've done that in the last 3 months. That's fantastic. What a toughie. Intriguing. I mean, a number of blunders, but I was glad to fix the one down here early on. Or 2. I made 2 mistakes around here and spotted them before I'd got much further. I didn't spot this one until I finished. But there we go. That is Nightmare on Mount Pleasant Avenue. I did have a bit of a nightmare, but it was a very pleasant avenue to finish on. And I will see you again for more Sudoku fun tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.